Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Mark. On today's episode, we're going to make another pizza, and this pizza we're going to actually use some yeast. So this is going to be a cannabis pizza. It's going to be cheese and garlic and some good tomato sauce. But I'm going to show you how to make a really good crust, like a gourmet crust. We've got some pizza dough here, so it looks like it's backwards, but it says Robin Hood pizza dough, pizza flour, and basically it's kind of like a really refined flour, but it's so crispy and so tasty. But the first step that we're gonna do, so I'm not gonna make a full pizza. I'm gonna make it in the air fryer. So if you can imagine, we're gonna create enough dough so that it fits on this air fryer pad. I actually have to clean it off here. I've made some potatoes, but so basically it's gonna be about a small pizza, right? So I'm not gonna make a big pizza. I need to get to the gym. It looks like I'm fat anyway, so at least for that. So if you can see here on the cup measure, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with warm water. And what I want to do is I want to do a half a cup. So I'm going to fill it up to half a cup. And it's going to be warm water, like not to the point where it's like biting my finger that it's that hot, but just it's like warm, right? It's like it's not I don't have an exact temperature, but it's not scalding, but it's warm. It's warm hot. So and you'll know for sure if you did this correctly because the yeast will tell you. So if it's too hot, you're going to kill the yeast and you're not going to get any froth anyway. However, if it's too cold, you're not going to get any froth because you haven't activated the yeast. So basically you want that warm hot water, not scalding water, just warm hot. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Okay, here it is. Okay, we got the warm hot here. Okay, and now you see here we have also Fleischmann's pizza yeast. So not only do we have pizza flour, but we have pizza yeast. And what I'm going to do here is just sprinkle it on the top. You see here. Okay, you don't want to do too much yeast, but just enough so it covers the top. Let me show you. So it's not that deep, but it's just like it fits over it like this. And now what we want to do is add sugar. Is basically add the same amount of sugar to the top. And so I don't know, this looks like about a tablespoon. Okay, so we have about a tablespoon of sugar. Doesn't have to be too much sugar. Here's my cup measure, and I'm just going to use it as a stir. So I'm going to stir up this our solution here with sugar, yeast, water, and now I'm just going to let this sit. So I'm going to let this sit maybe 10 minutes, and then I'm going to come back to it. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to prepare the air fryer. I'm going to prepare some garlic. I'm actually going to also prepare some onions. So it's going to be a garlic onion pizza. And so, yeah, guys, just wait up here and be back in a second. So these are the first steps to making your amazing pizza crust. Okay, guys, I'm back. It's been about, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes. And it looks like a beer almost. We have mostly head here. It's all the way up to 1 cup, so that's perfect. It's going to be very the dough's gonna rise nice. So we have a mixing bowl here, and we have a cup measure. So we started out with half a cup of water, of warm water, that we added yeast to and then sugar. And so basically what we're going to do now is we're going to measure out 1 cup of flour. So this is how we started off. We double whatever you put into the cup measure for the water. You then you initially double the amount. So here's 1, and here's 2. And now, let's see if I can get a better view of it. So here's 1 cup of this pizza flour, and what I'm gonna do is pour this in. But then I'm also going to add a little bit of olive oil at the same time, and then I'm gonna start to mix it up with a fork. And then you'll notice it'll look like mud. So, okay, there's that. Okay, now just a little bit of oil. Okay, and now with the fork, we're just going to start to stir this up. Now, in this stage, you could actually add a little bit of salt, but honestly, I like leaving that for the tomato sauce. I don't like salting my crust. Okay. Make sure you've washed your hands too. Let's see here. So here. And if you notice, this is almost perfect as it is this way. I think it's like, it's not too wet. And it's just the perfect consistency. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let this rest. So, it's you can make it into a ball. And usually what happens is you wind up with the flour that's too wet. But in this case, we made it just perfect. It's just the right amount, just the right consistency. It's gummy, but it's not cracking. So this is going to be very nice. Now I'm going to let this sit here. Actually, I'm going to put it on top of the fridge where it's a little bit warmer. And I'll see you guys in about 20 minutes to half an hour. And then we're going to roll this out and finish up our pizza. Just quick advice, I would make it into a ball. I would make it into something like this. Looks like a softball. And what's going to happen is it's going to start to inflate. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll it out flat, put it on our air fryer tray. And then we're going to top the pizza. And then we'll be good to go. We'll have an incredible homemade pizza. It didn't take all that long. I'm 8 minutes into the video. And yeah, guys, so see you in about half an hour or 15 minutes to half an hour, depending on how you're feeling. Okay, guys. So this is what our crust looks like at this point. It's already starting to rise. You can see it's got a thickness to it. We could let this sit for another hour, but honestly, just for a small pizza, this is already pretty good. And it's going to rise when we put it into the air fryer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this out, and then we're going to put this on the air fryer tray. Very exciting. Okay. Here you can just do a little bit of adjustment so that it fits exactly on. Okay, see that? That's pretty good. What we're going to do now is we're going to add the tomato sauce. I don't know if you can see here, but I have vodka sauce. This is Classico vodka sauce. Very tasty. Okay, and the trick with tomato sauce is you just want to add like a little bit, not too much, like this much. See how much that is? That's about as much as you want, because otherwise the cheese doesn't melt properly, and then it's like all sliding and stuff, and it hasn't cooked. The crust hasn't cooked through properly. So basically, everything to make a good pizza, you want light toppings. You want it to be moderate. You just want to kind of, feather it out to the edges. You don't want a big mouthful of pasta sauce, but you want there to be a nice pizza sauce. Okay, and now I have a little bit of cannabis oil here. This is galactic glue. It's called Virtue. Virtue is the brand. And you can go to my other video how I prepared cannabis oil, but this is olive oil based. So what we're going to do is just going to streak it across like this. Not too much. It's not going to overwhelm the flavor. It's going to mix in really well. And so we have maybe 5 milliliters of cannabis oil here. It's just distributed over the pizza sauce. Okay? And this whole bottle is about 30 milliliters. We used very little, just a little bit on the top here. And what we're going to do here is we have cloves of garlic. We're going to just quickly grate it. Onto the surface of the tomato sauce. I have 5 cloves ready, but I think maybe we're just going to go for 3. I thought about it, and I'm going to avoid the onion for this episode. I was too lazy to go and cut up the onion just now. I'm getting home from work, and I'm kind of tired, so it's just going to be in terms of our veggies, we're just going to have 3 cloves of garlic, I guess. I love garlic. I have 2 more cloves here, so maybe we're gonna do 5 cloves of garlic. Okay, and last one for good luck. Okay, and now we have some Armstrong mozzarella. We're just gonna grate this over the pizza. How much is up to you? Again, I recommend light cheese. Not too much cheese, like a little bit of cheese, but honestly, the best pizza is you're gonna have light toppings, and the cheese is just kind of gonna cover it. Cheese is very caloric, just like one 3 centimeter cube is like 100 calories. So in terms of calories here, it's like probably already 400 calories just in the cheese. Cheese, that's a lot of calories. Okay. It's not. I'm not perfectly. It's not perfectly broken up here, but that kind of makes it interesting. With, it mostly grated. Now you can see the finished product here. The tomato sauce, cannabis oil, garlic, and then we add cheese on top of it. And now we'll just pop this into the air fryer. I'll give you a little view. Okay, so that's our air fryer. Just pop that in there like that. And now, okay. I have to find the program for the pizza. All the buttons have worn off their... Oh. Here's the pizza setting. See? Pizza. And that's it. Okay, guys. I'm going to show you this pizza in about 20 minutes. It's going to be amazing. And I hope you join along and make yourself, you know, a fresh pizza from scratch. You see how we made the pizza crust with pizza yeast and pizza flour, and you're really going to notice the difference. This is going to be crunchy, tasty. I think the only better pizza you're going to get is if you have your own pizza oven that has the natural flame or whatever, with the wood taste and all that. I think that's really the difference in good pizza is the availability of a good oven. And then you're also talking about the varieties of flour. But in this case, we have pretty good pizza flour. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to taste like pizza from Italy, but it's not bad. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Okay, guys, well, here's the finished pizza. As you can see, the crust is goldened, the edges are golden. It's going to be a really delicious pizza. I think, you know, I've had a taste. The only thing that I could have done different is added a little bit of salt and may have made it a little bit better. But other than that, it's absolutely delicious. You can see the golden brown of the cheese. You can see the garlic is in there. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic, delicious pizza. And that's it, guys. That's how you make a pizza from scratch. With the pizza flour, pizza dough, pizza yeast, and some really good tomato sauce. So, you know, I've given up on making tomato sauce from scratch for the moment. I'm only going to do that when I have a full kitchen. I find that some of these tomato sauces on sale are pretty good. So you kind of want to shop around, find out what's good tomato sauce. But yeah, this is going to be a really good pizza, and yeah. Thanks for watching Cooking with Mark, and I can't wait to see you in another episode.